Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and I've got another solo playthrough video here for you today, and I am going to be taking a look at Guild Academies of Valeria, designed by Stan Kordonskiy and published by Daily Magic Games with art by none other than the Miko. In Guild Academies, we are rivaling academies, trying to recruit the best students, the professors, the best classrooms, to gain all of that very important knowledge. Hopefully that our students will gain a whole bunch of knowledge so that one day they will graduate and obviously go on some quests afterwards in this lovely world of Valeria, all in the name of those illustrious victory points, of course. So, join me at the table. I'm going to show us how to play a solo game of Guild Academies of Valeria. And before we do, make sure that you are putting a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell every time that I go live on Tuesday nights, or when these videos come out, you'll get notified. And I have a Ko-fi account if you would like to donate to the channel. Every little bit is going to help. I'm trying to upgrade a few things around the channel, subscribe to a bunch of different services, and these things are getting expensive these days. So if you want to continue to support the channel and see things slightly improve, go visit my Ko-fi account. Everything's in the description of this video. And as well, there is a how to play video out there on my channel of Guild Academies of Valeria. I highly recommend you check out that video so you kind of understand a little bit of the things that are going on in this world. All right, well, let's hop on over to the game area where I've got everything all set up for our solo playthrough game, where we have got everything all set up for a 2-player game. And yes, this is the world of Valeria, and our Automa opponent here, he is going to be run through a very simplified set of instructions on how they are going to gain points and how their students are going to operate and everything like that. And the big difference is also it's that they have this small deck of 4 cards here that will dictate their actions in the very first phase of the game, which is the recruitment phase. So, without further ado, let's get right into that recruitment phase where we are going to take our steward tokens, and we start off as the first player. And we will take our steward token and we are going to draft some of these particular dice, which are obviously all of our students. And I am thinking, oh my goodness gracious, I forgot I got to reset up my board here. I was just playing around with a few things, and I got to make sure that I got everything set for my 3 magic and my 6 gold. And I've also got my random classroom tile there. And of course, my opponent has the same thing. They have their students, professor, and random tile from the bag. And I am thinking that I am going to add, I think right off the bat here, I am going to do a benefactor dock action because I think I want this 1 valued Shadow Guild student, mainly because it only costs me 1 gold. So I'm going to take that, put it on my player board here, and it's going to cost me 1 gold to do that. And I am going to take one of these classroom tiles over here, these guild classroom tiles. And which one do I think that I want to take a look at? Well, I have, okay, maybe make use of my worker guild, but I don't see any tiles that actually make use of any worker guild dice. So perhaps I will then take a look at, oh boy, lots of different things kind of going on around here. So maybe I will take this one up at the top here. Seems pretty darn good. I think I'm actually going to take this one, the applied thermometry. It's got a Holy Guild, Soldier Guild icon on it. It's going to produce some magic and some victory points and some knowledge. And I am going to add this to my player board area, which, whoops, I am going to add it to, you know what? I think I'm just going to add it to this area right here, completing myself a pedestal so that I can gain a monument token. And I think the monument token that I am going to take a look at gaining is probably, I'm going to look at gaining myself some money. That seems like a pretty good one for me. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it onto that pedestal. And I don't have to take the 4 gold right now. I can apply it later on any of my turns. And I think that might be it for me. Now, I do have these options of taking a extra action. And let's just take a look at what I could do with that extra action. Well, if I gain that 4 gold, that'd get me 9 gold, which means I could actually take a banner action, or I could take, a banner action actually might not be too terrible for me right off the bat here. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to come over here. I'm going to spend my 4 gold that I'm going to gain from my free, and I'm actually going to take this extra action, which is I'm going to take a banner action. So I'm going to take a banner from my pool off my board here, and I'm going to assign it to one of the ministers, and I have to put it on one of the lower ministers, the ones in the green robes. And which one am I going to actually end up wanting to do? Well, I think let's make things a little bit easier for ourselves. Maybe we will actually, if I have no place to actually put my, worker guild student, maybe I'll make my worker guild student a wild during the education phase. Worker guild professors and worker guild students in the education phase on this one will be actually can act as wilds. I think that might be a good one for me. Okay, so there's my extra bonus action. Let's see what our opponent is going to do on their turn. I guess before we do that, we have to refill a few things, and this classroom tile will actually have to refill too. Okay. So we're going to take those 4 cards. I'm just going to give them one extra little how do you do, and let's keep it going. Okay, so their first action is going to be to do a benefactor dock action. So the way this is actually going to work here is that they will they'll put their steward down on the benefactor dock, and they're going to draft the lowest value student and put it into their garden area. And then they will actually also draft the lowest tile and put that into their tableau, and that scores them automatically. That's going to score them 3 points, just like that up at the top. And we evaluate to see if they completed either 3 or 4 pieces of the pedestal. They completed 3, so they're actually going to take one of these tokens and place it onto their board, and they score 2 points for doing such a thing. And so just like that, they've scored themselves 5 points, and I'm pretty sure that's everything they do on that turn. Yep. And so we will refill anything that they have taken, and play is going to pass on to us. So we're going to take our next steward token, and now we have to visit a dock that is different than our current one. So I think this time around I think I am going to take a fountain dock action this time around. And this time around I'm going to take this. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to do the Castellan dock action. I'm going to do the fountain dock action. That's the one I said that's the one I'm going to do. That's the one I'm going to do. So I'm going to draft this 2 valued holy student. I'm going to put that onto my board here, and I'm going to pay the 2 gold for it. And therefore I can now draft myself a professor. And the professor that I am looking at is this holy guild professor. I'm going to put them onto my board, and then I also gain 2 knowledge points that I can apply to somebody. So I am actually going to apply 2 knowledge points to, let me just take a look here. I think I'm going to apply the 2 knowledge points to that holy student that I just drafted, putting them at a 4. And do I want to do any extra actions? I don't think so. Nope, no extra actions for me this time around. So now we're going to do my opponent. We're going to flip over their next card, which is going to be the Ministry Dock action. So on the Ministry Dock action, they are going to come down to the bottom. They're going to put their steward in that area, and then they are going to draft the lowest value die and put it onto their player board. And they are going to do a few different things. They are going to then discard the bottom favor token, and they are going to take a banner action, which their banner is actually going to get predetermined by rolling a couple dice. So I'm just going to grab a couple dice from the student bag here, and see where they're going to go. 6 plus 2 is an 8, so we are going to just consult their little chart here, and in the lowest council, the 8 is going to be this particular position. That's actually kind of important, because if they would have actually rolled a 6 and ended up being here, we would have actually gained some points, because they would have went to where somebody has already been. All right, so that is going to be their turn. We'll add those students back to the bag here. We will refill the favorite chits, and we will just we'll continue on with our last dock action. We've already went Fountain and Benefactor, so we're going to have to do a different one. And I'm looking like we're a little bit low on gold. We could maybe just grab ourselves another student and just take a banking action just to get some gold back. But let's take a look at what kind of dice do I need. I said that my workers are going to be wild, so I can fulfill that one. But I won't be able to. I can do that one, and then I could do that. Well, I could actually do. Okay, I can do both of my classrooms at this particular time. I'm just going to show it off here. I think I can do both of my classrooms as long as that one is wild. I think then I will. My gosh, I would have really liked to do a Ministry Dock action this time around, but those are really expensive students. They are 6. I would have to pay 6 gold when I only have 3. Even if I did the extra action of exchanging a magic for 2 gold, that only puts me at 5 gold, which is still not enough. So I'm thinking maybe I'm actually just going to grab another student. I could actually probably do one of the Castellan. I could probably do a Castellan dock action here. Actually, let's do that. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put a Castellan in here. And now, which one do I want to draft? The Holy Student. Just going to take a look at some of the things that I'll actually be able to do here. The Holy Student actually wouldn't be bad, because then I can actually put him into this classroom. Okay, I'm going to take that Holy Student, put it into my area, spend all the rest of my gold here, and I'm actually going to take this meditation hut, and I'm going to add that to my academy. And where I'm actually going to put it is I'm actually going to put it right here, completing myself another pedestal, which will grab me another one of these tokens. And you know what? I'm finding myself a little low on gold again, so why not? Why not take some more gold? And I will actually just apply it right away and just take myself 4 gold, just so that I now have it. Okay, that is going to be, and I'm not going to do a bonus extra action, so I will just refill. Whoops, at the end of my turn here. This one should have been right there. This one should be on top, and I will refill the monument chits. And I think that is the rest of my turn. So let's go on to my opponent. Their last dock action is going to be the Fountain dock action. So they are going to they're going to put their student on the fountain, their steward on the fountain dock, draft the lowest value die, and they will gain a, I guess I forgot, I didn't refill the professors from the previous time, because they are going to draft the rightmost professor into their Academy. And they are going to apply 2 knowledge points to their lowest value die. So 2 knowledge points to the lowest value die. Looks like it's this 1 is going to turn into a 3. Okay, and so we will refresh the professors. Just like that. And I don't think that there's anything else to refresh at the end of their turn. So that is the end of that's the end of the dock phase. Sorry, the recruitment phase. I sometimes call it the dock phase, but that's the end of the recruitment phase here. So we're going to go straight into the education phase. Let's go onto my player board here and let's take a look at what I can do with education here. So I'm thinking this is the way that it's going to roll out. I am going to put this, because it doesn't need a professor, I'm just going to put this holy student into that classroom, the meditation hut. I am going to put the soldier professor, this soldier die, and this shadow die into this classroom, because that's what it requires. And then I'm going to put my holy professor. And since they are between the values of 3 and 5, I'm going to put this holy student in there. And since from the top of the board here, since my worker guild students and professors are wild, I can actually assign him in place of that soldier die. And I think that is everything that I can do. I have my headmaster left over, so that is 1 professor that's left over, so I'm going to gain a gold from that. And since I've assigned all of my students, I have uncovered all of these bonuses on my garden area, so I'm actually going to get another 3 gold. I'm going to get a magic, and I'm also going to gain myself a victory point from us being able to assign all of my students out there. Now I'm actually going to evaluate all of these. So this particular room is I'm going to gain 2 knowledge points, and I think I'm just going to assign I'm just going to assign 1 each, so they each turn into a 5. I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, I'm going to just turn each of them into a 5. I'm going to gain 2 magic and 1 victory point. This one allows me to flip one of these students. So I think I'm going to flip that 1 to its 6th side. I'm going to gain 1 knowledge point. And I think the knowledge point that I'm going to take is I am going to put the knowledge point onto this soldier. I'm going to put this knowledge point onto that soldier, and I also get 2 victory points. And finally, this die is going to gain 2 knowledge points, bumping it up to a 5, and also gaining a victory point. Now, at the end of my education phase, I can spend magic in order to maybe graduate some students. So I'm just kind of going to take a look here and see what kind of quests that I would maybe want to fulfill in my questing phase, because only graduate students. And I want to make sure that I have just enough, because I don't want to have any extra graduates, or else I'm going to lose them at the end of the questing phase. So let me just take a look at what kind of ones. Do I want to gain some gold? Do I want to gain knowledge? Do I want to gain? I kind of have a little bit of things. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. I can maybe do 2 quests at the most, as long as I have them graduated in time here. So let's try to do. I don't think the flipping one is going to make any good for us. So maybe we try to get some more magic, and we also try to get some more gold along the way. So I'm going to need at least a holy graduate, and I'm going to need a worker graduate for sure. So let's go back to my player board here, and let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to need 2 more magic to flip this one to a graduate. I only need 1 more point to do this particular fellow here, so I'm going to do that. 1 point to graduate this gray. just like that. Oh, this actually might work out because then I need 2 more to graduate any one more of my students. So maybe I'm gonna spend 2 more magic to graduate this worker to a graduate. And I don't have it, but I think I do have a plan. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna leave it like this for right now. And let's go over to my opponent's education phase. The opponent's education phase is actually really quite simple. All of their students just gain 1 value. So all the 4s turn into 5s. The 2s turn into 3s. The 3 turns into a 4, and the 2 turns into a 3. So all of their students gain 1 knowledge point. And then however many professors they have, that's extra knowledge points that they start with their highest values. So they got 1 point. They can graduate this one. The Automa player, their students graduate at level 6 instead of above 6. So 1 knowledge point, 2 knowledge points, and then the next one is the 3 knowledge points. Will be bumping that one to a 5, and then I like just kind of shift them down around. Okay, so that is their education phase. They are done. So they've got a couple graduates. We've got a few graduates. So now in player order, we are going to go and we are going to start fulfilling these quests. Now, I think I can possibly do it in this particular order, which is I am going to take these 2 graduates, this Shadow and this Holy, and I'm going to put them with this particular quest right here. So I'll be able to put my quest token down there, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to gain the rewards here, which are going to be 2 victory points, and I get 2 knowledge points, and those 2 knowledge points I am going to use right away, and I'm going to put them onto those 2 particular knowledge points I am going to use for, which one do I want to do? I think I'll put those 2 knowledge points onto this particular guy here. Yeah. So that's going to graduate him up. Perfect. And then I am also now I have 2 more graduates here. I have got this one and this one. So I am going to use them, and I'm going to put them onto this quest over here, putting down another quest token. And I will be able to take another 2 victory points, and I'm also going to gain myself 2 more gold. Now that I've got 2 quest markers down there, I'm actually going to be able to bump my quest marker up 2 spaces, which is going to get me a prestige tile and a banner action. And I think which one am I going to, which prestige tile do I want to take? Let's take a look here. What are you doing here for adjacent worker guilds? I don't have any adjacent worker guilds. For shadow and workers, nope. For holy and shadow tiles, I have those so far, and that one's for professors and holy professors. I am thinking I am just going to take this one into my academy, and I am going to place it, yeah, why not? I'm just going to actually just place it down over here. So that's completing another pedestal for me. So I am going to take another monument chit, which I can, okay, which one do I want to grab? I can maybe grab myself, since I am going to get bonuses for holy. So maybe, yeah, I'm going to take, or I can just grab another professor from the lineup. Ooh, that could actually be in handy too at some point in time. But you know what? I think I will, for the end of the game, I will just take this tile that gives me that counts as an extra holy professor and holy guild tile. And I'll just place that onto my board right there. And I also get a banner action. So I'm going to take my banner token here and I am going to place it. Oh, which actions do I want to make cheaper for me? Maybe classrooms? Some more classrooms if I want to maybe gain some more specific types of tiles. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Let's go. I'm gonna make my Castellan dock actions cheaper for the next round. Okay. Now my opponent, they get to go questing. They have only 2 graduates, and they'll go to the one that has the highest value. And so they're all the same value right now. So they can either actually complete either this quest or they can actually complete this quest here. I guess we would just make the choice of which one we want them to be able to do. So maybe we'll ask them to complete this particular quest, which only just they'll put down their quest marker and they just get 2 victory points for that. And they will get 1 bump up on the questing track. Alrighty, I think that is all of the rewards from all of those. These questing students all now go back to the student bag because they are now graduates and can be recruited once again. And I believe our questing phase is done. So now we're just going to go into the refreshment phase, which I should have refreshed that tile at the end of my turn. And the refreshing stage, is that what they call it? No, restoration. They call it the restoration phase. In the restoration phase, the bottom tiles of these 2 stacks go away. And the bottom 2 of these classrooms go away. And then they are going to refill. Doot, 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 doot. Bottom favorite chit and bottom, oops, I guess this one should have refreshed, and bottom monument get discarded, and those ones will refresh, and these ones will refresh as well. The quests, anything that had a quest token on them, those quest tokens go back to our players, and they are the top ones are then discarded, now having more lucrative quests for ourselves. The professor track, the rightmost ones are going to go back into the professor bag, and these ones are going to slide down, and then we will draw 2 more. Boom and boom. Steward tokens go back to the players, and any remaining students go back into the bag, and we refill, and then we refill the docks. Okay. 1 per player plus 1. Oh my goodness, look at the holy students over there. Okay, 1, 3, and a 3. At least we don't have really super expensive ones yet. Oh, there's 1, a 6, a 1, and a 1. And a 5, a 1, and a 2. Okay. The round marker is going to move to the second round now, and we take a look at who is the lowest score. That is our opponent, so they are going to get the first player token. And we are going to go right now into the recruitment phase, which we will take their cards and we are going to shuffle them. Oh, I guess I also forgot to return my students and my professors as part of that restoration phase. Okay, there we go. And we are off to do our opponent's action, and our opponent's first action is going to be the Castellan dock action. So we're going to go to the bottom of the row here. They are going to take their steward token, come over here. They're going to draft the lowest valued student, and they will grab the lowest tile off there, and they will add it to their board, scoring them 3 points. 1, 2, 3. They completed at least 3 pedestals here, so now they also get a monument chit and score 2 more points. That is their action. So now it's going to be going on to us. We can take our first action here, and we should refill their tokens here, because I was actually looking at one of these Castellan dock actions, because I want one of these benefits here. I want one of these tiles. And the one tile that I do want is, we're going to do here. I guess I don't have to do it right now, since I know that they're not going to actually get rid of it on me. I could actually just save that for right now. Let's see if there's anything else that I potentially want, because there are some ones out here that I could use, like in this ministry dock action. I didn't get to take one of those last time, so maybe I will take it this time. I'll do a ministry dock action, and I am going to draft this 1 valued shadow student, put him onto my board here. That's only going to cost me $1, and I'm going to get to take a banner action and a favor chit. So let's take a look at the favor chits here that I can possibly want to take here. These ones are good. Spending a magic to put a monument token down where it's an incomplete enclosure. That's actually could be really fun. Getting an extra professor and 2 knowledge points. Spend $2. Actually, you know what? The professor and 2 knowledge points actually would not be terrible for us. I'm going to actually draft that one. I'm going to put that into my player area here, and I'm not going to do it right away. I'm just going to actually save that for maybe future turn here. And then I also get to take a banner action, which I can either move one of my current banners inside of this or to the upper council. I'm not going to actually do the upper councils yet. I think I'm just going to take my 3rd banner here, and let's just see what I can possibly do. Now, these ones in the middle right here, they make my graduate students wild for one particular quest. Would be interesting, but maybe if I do I can make a fountain dock action cheaper. I could actually make another classroom tile cheaper. I don't know what I want to make. Do I want to make anything particularly wild at this moment in time? Nada. So I think, oh gosh, maybe that one would actually be pretty good. Maybe I'm going to make my shadow graduates wild this particular round. I'm going to try that. Okay. That's my ministry dock action. Let's take a look at what my opponent is going to do for their turn. They are going to take the ministry dock action. Okay, I got it in there just in time. So they will draft the lowest value die. Well, let's just take this shadow one away from them and put that into their area, and then they're going to discard the lowest banner. So I'm actually going to refill the banners from these favors from my turn. We will discard the bottom one. I'll just refill them right now, just for the takes. And then they also get to take a banner action, so I will roll some dice for them again. A 6 and a 1 is a 7. Oh, and I guess I forgot to put out their tour. A 7. Where is the 7? That is in the middle. It shows, so they are going to go there. Okay, we'll put those dice back into their bag, and that's their turn. Back on to us. We are going to take our next student, and we are going to then, I think I'll do my Castellan dock action now. There's no reason not to. In this case, I am going to draft the I'll draft the 4 because I get a $2 discount from my minister, so I'm only going to have to pay $2 for that one. 1, 2. And I'll put him into my garden. And the one that I am going to take is going to be, I think the one that I was actually looking at is, well, that one needs a professor. This one doesn't need a professor. That one needs, I think the one that I was actually looking at is this one right here. And I will add that one to my board right about there. I think that's a good space for it. These ones are going to come on down. And and those, I forgot to refresh those favor chits. I'm going to actually, let's think about a bonus extra action here. Do I want to take another favor? Do I want to take a favor chit? No. Do I want to do another do I want to plan out for another banner action? Maybe not. And do I want to exchange? No, not yet. Okay, let's go to our opponent's turn. They are going to do their next action. I think this is their last action for this one, and that's going to be the benefactor dock action. So they'll take their steward token. They will go to the benefactor dock. They will draft the lowest value die. And they are going to take one of these. They're going to take the lowest classroom here. I'll move those bags here. And they will add that to their classroom here. That gets them 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And they completed a pedestal. So they'll take the lowest favorite chit and score themselves 2 more points. And we will refill their stuff that they've drafted on their turn. And we will come down and we will do our last dock action. So, what do I want to take here? Oh dear, dear, dear. What shall I want to take? Let's 1, 2. Okay, let's take. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do a professor. Do a fountain dock action. And I'm thinking that the fountain dock action that I am going to take is, or the student that I'm going to take is this 1 valued soldier. The 1 valued soldier? Yes. Yes, I'm going to do that one. The 1 valued soldier onto my board here. It's going to cost a gold. And then the professor that I am going to grab is I'm going to grab another one of these holy professors and add it to my area. And I'm going to get 2 knowledge points that I can apply to my students. And I think I am going to apply my knowledge points to, I think I'm going to apply 1 to this holy student and 1 to this holy student right there. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the way that it's going to end up looking like. I'm just looking at some of my other things. I'm looking at some of my actions across the board here. Do I want to cash in my, nope, I'm not going to do that yet. Okay, and no bonus actions for me. So I think we are done with the recruitment phase. So I think we can go straight into this education phase. Let's spend some time over on our board here. And let's try to plan this out here. So I think that this student is going to come into here. I think that this professor and these 2 students, yeah, they can be any value. So these 2 students are going to come into here. And yeah, why not? I think that this professor we'll take this student into that area right there. Yeah, sure, that worked. I think that works. Yeah, I think that works for us. After the assignment phase here, we're going to get 2 gold for the leftover professors in here. And we're going to get 1, 2, 3 more gold, a magic, and a victory point for being able to assign all of our students. We get all of those bonuses. Let's evaluate our classrooms now. This one's going to gain 2 knowledge points and a victory point for ourselves. So this one's going to graduate for us. Up here, it's a 4 to 6. Yeah, so we get a knowledge point. So he's going to also graduate. And we also get a magic and a victory point. And in here, we are going to get... we're going to get to flip a student. I'm going to flip this shadow student to a 6. We get a knowledge point, and I don't think that I actually want him to graduate yet because I'm not actually going to end up being able to use one of my graduates this round. So I'll assign that that knowledge point to them and take 2 victory points. Okay, and I think I will leave it at that for right now. Yep. Am I going to spend any magic? No, I'm not going to increase the value of any of my students with magic this time around. I think that's just going to be the way it is. Let's take a look at our opponent for their education phase. They are going to gain 1 knowledge, so that one's going to graduate. 3 goes to a 4. 3 goes to a 4, 1 turns into a 2, 1 turns into a 2, 3 turns into a 4. Perfect. Okay, and then they start assigning their knowledge points. So one knowledge point turns into a 5, second knowledge point turns into a 6. And another one is going to turn one of those 4s into a 5. So that is there, that they've used all of their what they refer to as tutoring points. So that will be that piece. So now I guess we're going to go straight into our questing phase. Okay, and so we've got 2 holy students that can go into the questing phase, and I guess the only one that they're going to be able to do is this one right here, which will drop it down for 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3 victory points and 2 magics. And another bump up on this questing track. And I think that's all for us. Our opponent is actually going to take their 2 graduates here, and they will find the one that they can do. That is going to be this one, because they can assign at least 1 shadow student, and therefore they can just use the next one as anything. And they always grab the one that has the highest victory points, so they'll take 3 victory points off that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and they have to put down their quest marker just so that we remind it. And they get a bump, which means they get some extra things. They're going to get a banner action and a prestige tile. So we'll take the bottom prestige tile for them, and we will add it to their board, which will go right here. That gets them 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. They don't complete anything, so there's no extra bonuses for completing that, but they do get a banner action. So we'll go here and we will roll some dice. And they'll go a 3, which is going to end up being, they'll take their last banner, and that one is going to go right here, just missing us once again. And I think that is all for the questing phase. Yep, that seems like it, everything. So these questing students are going to go back into the student bag. I guess right now I'll just put all of these doc students into the bag here. This prestige tiles should actually all slide down. And we'll do the restoration phase, which means this tile and this tile are going to go away. These 2 tiles are going to go away, and then we refill. Just like this. These ones are also going to refill. Doot, doot, doot. These ones are going to fill. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. Bottom favored chit and bottom monument tile are going to get discarded, and those are going to refill. Quest cards, where we return our quest tokens, and those new ones are going to reveal themselves. So now being worth 5 victory points each. Those ones are kind of nice. I had forgotten to refill that professor lineup from when the professor was drafted, so I'll put this one down, because in the restoration phase, these right 2 get returned to the bag. And then we draw 2 more. Boom, boom. So there we go. And our steward tokens are going to come back to us. And we will refill the docks. Oh gosh, that's expensive. Not as expensive. Lots of soldiers. Lots of workers. And a little bit of a mixture. Okay. I forgot to return those 2. That shouldn't have really affected the probabilities too much, but it would have affected them a little bit. My students should come back down, and my professors should come back down to their areas. And I'm thinking, so we have to move the round marker. And we are now we are trailing, so we are going to be the first player this time around. And we will give the Automa rival their cards. And away we go. Let's come back down to the bottom, and we're going to do our first action. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy indeed. Well, I kind of want I don't know what I want. Really? Well, I kind of do know what I want, but I need to be able to do it. So let's do the, oh my goodness gracious. So now we're in a stage here where we need to start taking a look at what possible ministers we're going to be wanting to try to score. Like right now I've got double guilds, starting to get some double guild tiles in my board here, and there is the one minister where if we can form contiguous lines of double guild tiles, they're worth 2 points each, which would not be terrible. Those are just classrooms that are a little bit harder to activate, but maybe I'm just not worrying about activating them. Maybe I'm just kind of more worried about just kind of getting them all together. That's actually not terrible. I'm already starting to get some professors that are in the kind of the like categories, so maybe I can actually do that. I can do that one where it's 3 points per groups of like professors, with at least 3. I've got tiles that are producing magic. Only 2 of them right now, though. Okay, I'm just paying attention to some of those things. Why not? Okay, let's do a benefactor. A benefactor action. Boy, oh boy, oh my gosh, I have no idea exactly what I want to do. But perhaps just kind of grab some more dice that can actually do this. So maybe, okay, I'm going to actually come up here. I'm going to do a ministry action here. I'm going to take this 3 valued soldier die, add them to my board for 3 gold. And I'm going to take a favor chit. And I think that the favor chit that I will take is I'm going to take this one up at the top here. That's going to get 3 magic, and I get to flip a student. So I'm actually just going to add that to my, I'm going to add that one to my board right now, and I'm not going to just evaluate it just yet. And I'm going to actually do a banner action. All of my banners are out there so I can move them. And I'm thinking I'm going to keep... Gonna keep the Castellan dock. I don't think that I might actually get a worker this time around. Keeping the Castellan dock action cheap, but I think I'm actually going to move that, and I'm actually going to make the other classroom tiles cheaper this time around. There we go. There's my ministry dock action, and I am not. Am I going to do an extra action? Should I do an extra action? No, I don't need to do another banner action. I don't think that I really need to get the exchange to the goal, but do I want a... Oh, do I want another favor chit? That would actually be interesting. Gaining another die and a knowledge point. That's actually pretty neat. For 6 gold. For 6 gold, though, that's pretty... Or for a magic, I can get any die and just set it to a value of 4. That's pretty good, too. Actually, yeah, I think I'm going to spend 6 gold. I'm going to take this one right here where it allows me to spend a magic, and I can take a die of my choosing and I can set it to a value of 4. I'll refill the chits here. And down on my player board here, I am actually going to do a couple things here. I will gain my 3 magic and flip a die. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to flip this 2 to its 5. And then I'm going to spend this chit right here. I'm going to spend a magic, and I am going to take a die out of the student bag of my choosing. And I'm going to choose a holy student, and I'm going to set it to a value of 4 onto my bag. Sure, that sounds pretty good to me. So those ones are going to get discarded. That was my pretty complicated turn. Let's do the first action for our rival, which is going to be the fountain dock action. And so the fountain dock action, they're going to come down here, draft the lowest value die, and then they are going to take the rightmost professor, add it to theirs, and then their lowest valued die is going to gain 2 points. So let's do this one right there. So then I'll just rearrange. I like to rearrange them from highest to lowest just for my simplicity's sakes. So that is their action. Let's go on to us, where we are going to... Okay, now I'm going to take my benefactor action, and I am going to grab I'm going to grab this. Oh no, maybe I'm going to do this guy, the 1 valued holy student. Oh boy. Or the 1 valued soldier. Nope, I think I need another holy student, because that is going to be the one that I kind of want to do. Yeah, I'm going to take this. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm going to take the 1 valued oh no, wait, but no, I'm going to take this one. He's 2, and I get a $2 discount, so it's not going to cost me anything to add them to my board here. And then I am going to grab a classroom tile, and the tile that I am going to take is going to be, well, why not? I'm actually going to, oh boy. This one actually wouldn't be too bad either. Or this one, 1 to 3. That one's actually not terrible either. Oh boy, or this one, or that one, or, oh my goodness gracious, I kind of want to capitalize on my current prestige tile. Actually, no, okay, I am going to grab this one up here, up at the top here, and add it to my board. I'm going to add it right here, just like that, completing me a pedestal so that I can take a chit, which, oh my goodness gracious, I can actually grab some more. Oh, I can flip a die. That would actually be almost beneficial. Wish I was actually paying attention to that a little bit more. But I think I will grab, I'm starting to get a little bit more magic. I think I'm going to take this one right here, add another shadow professor and a shadow guild icon for my end of game scoring. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. So those are going to have to, these ones are going to refill over here. Professors need to refill from the previous person that did that action. And tiles are going to okay. I think that is my actions. I don't need to, you know what? I think I'm going to spend 1 magic to gain 2 gold as my bonus action that time around. Okay. Let's do the next opponent action, which is going to be the benefactor dock action. So they're going to come down to here, draft the lowest valued die, and they are going to take the lowest tile, add it to their area for 3 points. 1, 2, 3. They completed at least a 3, so they're going to get a monument chit and 2 more points. And those chits are going to replenish, and that is their turn. Oh my goodness gracious. Back to us in our last recruitment for this particular phase. Okay, why not? Let's grab ourselves, let's grab ourselves another professor. Sure. It's either that or we go to the Castellan dock, which is too expensive for us right now. Way too expensive for us. Yeah, so let's grab ourselves another professor. I'm going to take this 3. Sure, I'm going to take this 3 valued worker student. Add it to my board. We're going to spend $1, $2, $3 for that one. We will grab ourselves another professor. So that's already 1, 2, 3. I can grab myself another. I only need one of those, and only one of those. Maybe if I grab myself another red professor, I think that's going to be okay for me. I'll refill the line. Do I want to take a bonus? No, I don't want to take a bonus action, so I'm going to refill this. Nothing else needs to be refilled. And oh, and I get 2 knowledge points for my students. And I think the 2 knowledge points that I am going to assign are going to be to, I'm going to assign those 2 to this worker right there. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to go to my opponent's very last turn, which is going to be the ministry dock action. So bada bing, bada boom. Take the lowest value, and they are going to discard the last favor chit, which then they're going to get replenished. And they are going to be moving, oh my goodness gracious, they are going to be moving their banners into the top area. A 6 and a 6 makes it a 12, so they are going to move one of their tokens to the, looks like it's this one right over here. Okay, I'm going to remember to add those back to my bag, to the bag this time. Ha 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 ha. Okay, and that's their, yeah, they discarded the chit, and then that was their last one. So I guess we're going into the education phase. So let's take a look at what we can do. We've got a bunch of students and a bunch of professors. Let's see exactly what we can do. I'm thinking for sure this student is going to come up here. I think that, what is it? My red, yeah, it's my yellow, sorry, it's my workers. My orange dice are wild for this particular round. So I'm going to put him in here, this orange, and one of these soldiers into that one. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to put these ones over here into this one, making this one wild for that one. And then this guy is going to come up here, and he will assign that to the him. Yeah. And oh my goodness gracious, I still got some dice left over here. I can use my headmaster as a wild and put this guy up in there. That would work. And then I guess I can just assign any professor. I can assign any professor and any die into that classroom. And I think that is it. One professor left over for 1 gold. No students left over, so 1, 2, 3 more gold, 1 magic, and 1 victory point. Okay, and let's take a look here. So this guy is going to gain a knowledge point, so going up to a 6 and 2 more gold. This one, I'm going to get to flip a die, so I'll flip this one to a 4, gain a knowledge point, put this one to a 6, and 2 victory points. This one gets a 2 knowledge points and a victory point. This one up here is going to gain a knowledge, graduating them, a magic, and a victory point. And this one is going to gain 1 knowledge point, 2 more gold, and 2 victory points. Okay. Now, what kind of magic can I work here? So I got my shadow one. He's wild. I do need to spend a magic to get this guy to graduate. I can get my, let's just see here. We can probably get some more graduates here. I'm thinking we're going to cash. I'm going to cash in my favorite cheat here for a professor from the bag and 2 knowledge points. Let's just grab a random professor from the bag here. And it's another red one. That's actually not terrible. And 2 knowledge points. And I'm thinking that those 2 knowledge points are going to go well on. Let's go. This guy is going to graduate to a 1, and this guy is going to graduate to a 1. And I do need some, okay, so this one's gone. And then I do need another, so 4, 5, 6, 7. I can graduate this guy right there. And I'm thinking that's all I'm going to need for this particular round of education. Let's go to my opponent. These ones are all going to gain 1 value. That one goes to a 5. This one also goes to a 5. This one goes to a 3. This one comes to a 3. Where? Oh, I just passed it right there. 2 goes to a 3. And then 1 goes to a 2. And then they have 4 knowledge points. 1, 2. These ones are going to actually graduate. And then we got 2 more. So then this one's going to go into a 5. Okay, whoops. That one should be a 2. We're just going to flip those ones around so that they go up in order. Okay, I think that is the end of the education phase. So let's now do our questing. And I've got a whole bunch of people that can go questing here. And I'm thinking I was going to do this. So my grays are wild for one particular quest. So I know wild, holy, and then the third one could be anything. So perhaps him. And then for my other 2, I have, well, I guess they are reds for this particular section. Could I switch it around? Nope, that one requires 2 workers. And so that wouldn't actually work. So we're still just in the same predicament that I think these ones are going to go. These ones are going to come here. And these ones are going to go here. So I'll put down my quest token here. And we will get 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the side here. And we get to draw a dice from the bag and roll it. It's going to be a 4 shadow. And we're going to get a bump up on the quest track here, and we are also going to get, okay, so that means we get another prestigious tile and a banner action. Prestige tile. Okay. What is that one? I'm just trying to look at that icon. Adjacent soldier guild tiles. 2 points per every. Ooh, so this one actually, whoops. Kind of like this one actually work okay for me. This one's for soldier professors, which I do. I have 3 of them, and I'm gaining lots of professors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8, so 4. Okay, so that one's actually worth 7 points for me. This one would currently be worth 6 points for me. And then these ones are just looks like it's just more. You know what? Let's take this particular tile. Yep, I'm going to take this particular tile and I'm going to add it to my area, which doesn't look like there's a lot of options for this one. Nothing that can complete pedestals, so I think I will just, yeah, we'll just go like, we'll just put it right, we're just going to put it right there. And I'm also going to get a banner action, which I'm thinking that I'm starting to work my way towards it. I think I'm going to work my way towards, I think I'm going to take this one away, and I'm actually going to move it up to this one right here for those sets of like professors. Okay, and then this one, I'm gonna get another quest token here. That's another 2 victory points, and I get to flip a die. And the die I'm going to flip is just going to flip this student to its 4 side. Yep, that's going to be it for me for those ones. Let's take a look at my opponent, and they are going to take a look at their highest one that they can complete. And they can complete this one for 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. They're going to put down their quest marker. And they're going to get a bump up on the quest track. And that looks like it is all for questing. Put the questing students back into the bag. And I would just may as well put all these other students back into the bag because we are into that restoration phase where we are just going to start cleaning up a whole bunch of these areas. These tiles should have went down. Okay, so let's just do this. So these tiles are going to go away. These two go away and then refill. These ones refill. These ones refill. Zoop. And zoop. Favor token and monument token get discarded and refilled. Refilled. Okay, these quests have been fulfilled and therefore going to get discarded, making the next rounds ever so more lucrative. And these two professors are going to go back into the professor bag, and then we are going to get some more. So these ones are going to shift. Oh boy, some of them, it looks like a couple of them got caught in the corner there. Let's get these two out. Okay. Just like that. And then these steward tokens can come back to our areas. Just like that. And we will refill the docks and we will be heading into the last round. Whoops. 2, 1, and a 1. 3, 3, and a 2. 1, 2, and a 4. 2, 4, and a 5. Okay. We are still in last place by a little bit, so we're going to maintain the first player marker. So then we are going to just go right back into, I'm going to give back my opponent their cards, and I will give them a quick little shuffle here. Okay, so let's take our steward token and see. Well, I'll move this back to the 4th round, and let's see what we can do here. So now I'm going to try to aim for some more. Oh boy, I guess I forgot to move my professors. Forgot to move my professors down into, and my students down into their areas. Okay, well, I'm going to get at least 3 more students, so let's try to get some. Oh boy, so we're in this last round here, so we're going to try to maximize on our, prestige and our banners. So why not? Let's do a, oh my goodness gracious, what should I do? Okay, first things first, I am going to grab a, oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to maximize my questing this particular round. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to put my, on this fountain dock action, I'm going to grab this 1 valued shadow student, add him to my board, spend 1 gold. I'm going to gain a professor, and the professor I'm going to grab is this shadow professor, and add him to my board. And I'm going to gain 2 knowledge points. And those 2 knowledge points I'm going to add, I'm going to go 1 and 1, just like that. And then I'm going to take a extra action here. Do I take the extra action now? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the extra action right now, and I am going to, I'm going to spend 6 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take a bonus chit, And the one I'm going to take is actually this one that gets me 6 gold right back. I'm going to do it right away. I'm going to get my 6 gold right back. And I'm going to flip one of my dice, and I'm going to flip this one to its 6 side. There we go. Okay, now on to my opponent. What are they going to do? They're going to do the fountain dock action, just like me. Draft the lowest valued student, and they will take the, oh, I guess I should refill the professors. They are going to take the rightmost professor, though. Oh boy, look at that. So they are going to take the rightmost professor, add it to their area, and their lowest value die is going to gain 2 knowledge points. And then these professors are going to refill. And on my turn, I forgot to refill the favorites. Okay, now back on to me. Whoops. Okay, got that die. So now I am going to need another. I'm going to want another. Okay, I'm going to go over here. Thinking that's what I'm going to do. Sure. Going to come over here to the benefactor. I'm actually going to take this 5 valued die. Let's see what this is. See, hopefully this is going to work out here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to take a tile. Now, which ones do I get points for? Again, I get points for Holy and Shadow. That would actually be this one right here. That's a Holy and a Shadow, which would probably be my best bet to actually do something with, and it's another double. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be 1, 2. This one's another one. Oh my goodness gracious. Actually, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'm going to think I'm going to take this tile, though. I think I'm going to take, I should just do this one just because it is some extra stuff, and I will just add it to I will just add it to my board. It's not going to complete any pedestals, so maybe I'll just add it right up there. Okay, and I will refill those areas. Oh, I should have taken that for a $2 discount, so I should actually just move that over 2 spaces because I'm still on that minister action, which now I am going to not do a extra. Nope, not yet. Let's do what my opponent is going to do. Castellan dock action. So they're going to come over here. Draft the lowest value. Let's just give them another soldier. I don't really... Ooh, wait. Maybe I might need a... Do I need a soldier? No, I don't need a soldier. Let's just give them another soldier. They will take the lowest tile, add it to their board for 3 points. 1, 2, 3. They completed at least a 3 area, so they're going to get this chit and get another 2 points. Chits refresh. These tiles over here are going to refresh, and oh my goodness gracious, I think we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it. Our last steward token, which I want. I realized I'm not going to be able to activate most of my classrooms, which is very, very, very crappy. I'm going to do that one, and maybe I should have left that. Do I need another tile? I'm Do I need another tile? I could use another tile, wouldn't I? But I think a ministry dock action would be okay so that I can move one of my banners, at least up to another area to get some more points. So let's do it. Let's do a ministry dock action here. We will take this 3 worker, add it to my area for $1, $2, $3. And then I'm going to take a banner and a favor chit. My favor chit that I'm going to grab is going to be... Oh, let's do it this way. I think my favor chit that I'm going to take is to gain $6 and flip a die. Yeah, I'm going to take the $6 and I'm going to flip a die right away. So I already grabbed my $6 and the die I'm going to flip this one to its 4. And then then I have to I have to take a banner action, which I am going to move this banner to, okay, I got 4 favor chits. Contiguous lines of the same symbol. Contiguous lines of different symbols. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, adjacent. I get. Is that one adjacent? Let me just take a look here. Adjacent, same guild tiles, and adjacent different ones. So those ones are adjacent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would technically, that one could actually technically be 6 points for me. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the singles. Nope. Things that are, oh wait, and double guild contiguous. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm thinking the ones that are different might actually be the benefit for me, which I believe is this one. Adjacent ones that are different. I'm going to go with that one. I don't think that I can do anything else with that. Okay, and then I'm going to do a bonus action. I'm going to spend $6. And I'm going to take another favor chit. And my favor chit that I'm going to take is this one right here. And I'm going to use that one right away, where I'm going to spend a magic to put a monument token on where it's completed, but I don't have 4 wedges. So the one that I'm actually going to I was looking at taking is probably, so I got those ones. I'm thinking about taking is, do I grab myself 4 gold, 2 knowledge points? 2 knowledge points actually would be okay at this point too. Yeah, 2 knowledge points might be my best bet here. And I'm going to apply those. Actually, I'll apply those in a little bit once I figure out what I have to do during my education phase. Okay, and then for my opponent, I guess I should have refilled all these. Oh, and then I guess I have to refill all these things, even though I don't think that I'm going to get my... I'm not gonna be able to get another favorite chit this time around, but I'm just gonna randomly just stack them back here. They're all sticking together. I'm just gonna randomly stack them back. Move these down again. But my rival's last turn is going to be the ministry. Oh my gosh, another ministry dock action for them. That is rough. So you're going to go there. They are going to discard the last tile here to keep it moving. And they are going to go up into the High Council again, which is kind of bad news for us because it just gets them lots of points. a 3, which moves them to the far, takes one of these ones and they go to the far corner over here. Fair enough. And I think that is it. Oh, they should have drafted the lowest value to die, which I just did for them. Okay. I'm thinking we are all, that there's 3 and 3, so I guess we're going into education phase now. Whoo, boy. Let's see what I can do, because I don't have much I can do here. I do know that for my wild and this guy are going to go up in here, just like that. I am going to take a, what is that, a Holy Professor, and anything that is a 4 to a 6 can go in there. And this needs a Holy Student, this one needs Soldier and Shadow Students, and this one needs Holy and Soldier, so that's not going to happen. So let's just assign some guys into these particular classrooms. The ones that are printed on our player boards, those ones will be particularly useful for us this time around. Okay, I have 3 leftover professors, so that's going to be $1, $2, $3. And I get another $3 here, and a magic and a victory point for uncovered spaces. Let's evaluate my thing. So this guy's going to gain a knowledge point, going up to a 6, and I'm going to get 2 more gold. This one over here, I get 2 knowledge points, so I'll graduate this student. Whoops, I'll graduate this student, and I get a magic. This one up here, I am going to get a knowledge point to graduate that student. I get a magic and I get a victory point. And this one, I'm going to gain a knowledge point, 2 gold, and 2 victory points. And then I guess I can start assigning things, which I have these 2 knowledge points that I can assign right now. So maybe this guy right here for a 6. And then I just need to spend 3 more knowledge to graduate all of them to their respected sides. Just like that. And I think that is my education phase. Let's take a look at my opponent, which is going to get, this one's going to get ticked up 1. 3 turns into a 4. 3 turns into a 4. 2 turns into a 3. 2 turns into a 3. 4 turns into a 5. 1 turns into a 2. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tutor points. So this one's going to tick up for 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they actually gets a whole bunch of graduates for their turn. Okay, so now let's do the questing phase, which I think that I have 3 shadows right here. So I'll put my questing marker here for 7 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I also have 2 oranges for right here for another 1. So that's going to get me $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3 more points. That also gets me 2 bumps up on my questing track. So this one allows me to rearrange 2 tiles in my particular area. So let's see which ones I want to actually rearrange. You know what? I think I am just going to rearrange. I'm actually just going to rearrange yeah, I think I'm just going to wait because I want things that I want them to be different beside each other. And so I think I'll just rearrange. Yeah, I'm going to rearrange this one in this prestige tile. Just like that. Okay, and then I get my second, but then my second bump for this one is actually going to be, I get another prestigious tile and a banner action, which was I was really, really hoping for. So let's take a look at what prestigious tiles I have available to me. That is Holies and Soldiers, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 7-pointer. This one would be worth 1, 2. That's just a whole bunch more of those professors. And then this one is, nope, I'm thinking this one might be my best. This one might be my best bet. Now, can I complete a pedestal? Negative. I don't think that I can. I don't think I can. So I'll just add it to this area over here, just to keep them together. Okay, and then I get a banner action, which I will take this last banner. And which one should I do? 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. That's not really that. Contiguous doubles now is worth 6 points for me. So that's right now the front runner. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 5 points for that one. Contiguous lines of the same guild icon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I'm thinking that this is probably my best bet is this one right here. It's the only one that's going to score me the most points at this moment in time. I should have actually put these 2 dice back into their bag, but it's probably not going to really matter. Okay, so there's my questing is completed. My opponent, they've got a whole bunch of things, so let's see what they can complete. They only just need one thing to match, so they will go for the one that has the most. So they need 3 dice to do that one, and they just have 1 left over, but no quest requires just 1, so that's just going to stay on their graduation stage, but they will score 7 points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bringing them in a tie for us. But they also get a bump on their questing track, which means they get another prestige tile that is going to add to their board. That's 3 points for them. 1, 2, 3. But they didn't complete a pedestal, so they don't get the extra 2 here, so that's okay. And they also get a banner action, which is very unfortunate for ourselves because they are going to get all 3 of their banners into that high council area. 3 and a 5 is 8, and the 8 is going to go 1, 2, 3 over. Oh, just missed us by a little bit, so they're going to go up into there. Okay, and I think that is all for questing. All of our graduates have been used. All of their graduates have been used that they can use. And I'm thinking we are now into that final scoring, which, oh my goodness gracious. Let's do them because they score a buttload of points. If we're playing on standard mode, each of their prestige tiles is worth 10 points, and each of their banners in the High Council is worth 10 points. So they're going to score 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to score 50 points. So 50 plus 48 is to 98 points. I have never gotten, I have never gotten that high. I have a lot of ground, and I don't think that I am going to score 50 points in my end of game scoring here. But let's try our best and see what we can come up with. Let's take a look at our prestige tiles first. Let's take a look at our prestige tiles because this guy here is going to score me 1 point for every holy and shadow tile that I have. And so for holy and shadow tiles, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 points for that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For this one, I get 1 point for every holy and soldier tile that I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for this prestige tile, I am going to see so I need to see how many professors that I have. So let's take a look here and try to put them into sets of, try to put them into sets of 3s. So 1, 2, 1, 2. There's a set of 3. I can use and then I also have these 2. I have this one here and this one here from my chits. So automatically, I am going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's like 8. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 points for this particular tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do my upper tiles. This one right here is not going to be worth very much for me because I didn't actually get these chits. Actually, if I forgot about that, these chits actually don't count for High Council. So I'm only actually going to score 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So that one is actually one that I should have moved because I brain farted at the moment. This one right here is adjacent tiles that don't have the same icon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Okay, wait. Let's just go up and down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 points for that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And adjacent double guild tiles, which are 2 points each. So I've got 1, 2, 3 that are all adjacent to each other. So that is going to end up being 6 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And holy smokes, did I get absolutely walloped by the Automa in this particular game. And they actually have in the solo rule sheet here, they actually have judging your results is how badly did you win or did you lose, and I lost badly. This is actually my worst loss that I've ever had in this particular game. What is that? 85 to 98. So that is, I lost by 6 to 20 points. And it says, it won't be easy. Budgets will have to be cut. Belts tightened. But you are determined and resourceful. Just wait until the next term. So I guess we're vowing that we will be able to make up that. It's pretty difficult because in the standard game, the Automa is scoring 10 points per tiles tiles and High Council people, and it's really difficult. You're gonna have to really do a lot of planning in order to score at least 10 points per tile and High Council person into your tableaus and gameplay. All right, folks. Well, I've been Ryan of Mista Rau's Gaming. Hopefully you enjoyed this solo playthrough of Guild Academies of Valeria. If you really enjoyed it, please consider putting a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and that notification bell is there for whenever these videos do go live, and when I go live playing on Tuesday evenings. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a great day, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you decided to watch this, and as always, thanks for watching. Cheers, everybody. See you next time.